Taking a look at it, as you said, with that Chrono Boost usage, we see that Warp Tech is not the most important thing that Kaz has in his mind, as he has just let that regularly build. He is now placing down a Robo Facility as well as that second Gateway. So with getting this expansion, and with that expansion being seen from DG Sonny B, it looks like Sonny B is going to go ahead and push forward and try to limit what this expansion is going to be able to do, Warpfire.
Yeah, with that, to get back on those gateway things, with the upcoming changes to the warp gate tech and the gateways, playing this kind of style that CASL is doing at the moment will really play into that, so he's pretty prepared for those changes. We can also see the robotic facility is prepared at the moment. We see a observer coming out of that second gateway is finishing, and it's morphing into a warp gate at this moment. And we also see that the command center for Sonny B is moving out to that natural expansion, going to take that soon. He's not putting down the orbital command before lifting it off, which you usually see from Terran players.
Definitely. It does cause you to have enough energy to lay down a mule, lift it up, and send it off, and then lay down another mule once you land, but it looks like he's going to go ahead and go balls to the wall with that expansion by getting the orbital command later on. We do have the 3 barracks here, so it's a little bit of a 3 barracks expand, but it's a very late 3 barracks expand, as there was that refinery and the second barracks was up. This first observer now poking across the field from Kaz, and let's just take a look. There is an Immortal now being ejected or being warped in from this Robo facility. Warp Gate tech has finished. Only 2 warp gates are up, however, and I'd say Kaz really needs to get some more warp gates up. He needs to get some higher tech up. Very nice scan by Sonny B taking out that observer.
Yeah, and if you're looking at his economy, he definitely has the means to get up those additional gateways, but he's going with those pylons instead and just trying to pump out as many units as he can from those double gates and that robotic facility. Now going for some more Immortals actually to try to counter all those Marauders. And now we see an engagement on the ramp right outside of the natural expansion of CAS. Getting a little bit of poking on those Marines, but nothing major for both players.
Yeah, that's right. These a couple of Marines did fall to the ground, to their knees, to the death, but it looks like they will back off, and he will save the majority of them. Now, there is an Immortal out, which will cause some problems, but I think with what Sonny B's got showing us right here, with his majorly bio force, he should be in a decent position, and it looks like he's going for a reactor core on this factory. The factory will be the staple plate to build him the engineering, or the engineering base, the expansion bays on the buildings here. He will be able to switch that off with that starport and get out those double drop ships on the way to help out his forces here, because when you're going bio, you need to get drop ships. It's a very important and very imperative. And look at that Immortal just get pushed around, pushed to the front of the forces. Not good. He gets instantly taken out, and oh my god, some force fields going out, but they're not the best positioning, and it looks like Kaz is going to lose all of his forces here due to the Marauder and Marine play here. Nice stims, nice timing on getting those Marauders and Marines into that field, or into that battle, and great play by Sonny B, limiting out what exactly that Kaz can do. There is a Warp Prism out on the field by Kaz, as well as he is getting a couple more gateways now. Finally getting these gateways out. He was very high on his bank. He was saving up the money to bring his kids to college, but it looks like he's going to go ahead and spend that on military, which is very well what he should be doing.
We can also now see the first of the Colossi actually coming out soon on the field. It's about 50% down at this moment. No thermal lance upgrade as of yet. We can see at the front also for CAS, we can see seeing those forces. We can see a Marine now coming in, going to be taken out by those small forces.
Ooh.
Double force field going down to protect, but you can see those Marines getting by, even though that is happening. Trying to force field these forces out, keep them out.
And it's not the best force fields you want to see. There were Marines that were able to single file through there, but a scan goes down, and it looks like these Marines and Marauders will continue pushing forward, taking out these numbers. Oh noes! Get that Colossus the hell out of there! It's going to go down if these Marauders want their way, and it looks like these forces by by DG Sunny B will go ahead and go down, and it looks like CASL is safe as of now. There are a couple dropships on the way. Level 1 attack upgrade going down for the bio of Sunny B, as well as him getting out of that another barracks and another starting to go into more of a macro type game. He is also getting out that armory and another engineering bay, going for the double upgrades, which is very smart. We could see some awesome drops coming down right here, but look at this right there where you're looking right now, Warpfire. There is a warp prism warping in Zealots before it goes in on its ascent. A little bit of lag complaints coming from CASL, but I'm not seeing any lag. Oh my god. Just as the pause goes down, just as the Nexus gets laid down from CASL, we see an SCV scouting that northern left corner, and we'll be able to see that expansion go down. So it looks like CASL will need to do some heavy defense very soon, because there are dropships on the way. And let's see how this pause finishes up here.
And I see a bit of chatting between the players, trying to determine what the problem is at the moment. See if we're gonna start it up again.
Looks like another sec from DG Sunny B.
And there we go. I think at any second now, both players are ready. Should probably kick it off. Now we're starting, and see this warp prism has loaded up with 4 zealots. It's probably going to move in soon, warp in some additional Protoss units, and just wreak havoc to that mineral line that has a lot of SCVs. It's really saturated on its main base at this moment.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like quite a bit there, and the warp prism uncontested drops all of those zealots down, and is now now all the SCVs are running the hell away as we see the forces come in from Sunny B. Sunny B doing a great job at reacting to that, sending his SCVs first, then moving his forces in, making sure to keep a majority of his SCVs alive, as only it looks like 8 of them were taken out.
We have a counter drop in the Protoss base.
Nice. Very good point here, as these dropships full of Marines and Marauders are dropping all around the base here, dealing heavy damage, and it looks like 24 probes have been taken out from, by Sunny B on CASL's side. So with that being said, these drops continue to move around, and this third base has been seen already from Sunny B, so Sunny B is aware of it, and that's exactly where he's freaking going right now, with these 2 dropships moving their way back. The Warp Prism still trying to do some damage, was taken out by a couple of Vikes, and that Marauder will finish up that Zealot. But look at this drop coming down right now, impending doom for CASL, as KCAS is losing this expansion and is going to be losing it uncontested from Sunny B. So Sunny B is doing a great job here, keeping up with his attacks, keeping up with his macro a little bit, making sure to keep out pumping out units and keeping units in his main base without over dedicating too much.
Yeah, you can see that the Protoss player is pretty thin at this moment. He has 3 of those stalkers in the main base, trying to keep that covered. We have 2 Colossi outside the natural with those additional stalkers and sentries, but he can just go and risk them. It would not be worth it. He would sacrifice that base and just try to stick with what he got, trying to recuperate and get back into the game.
Definitely, and he definitely needs to get back into this game. Getting that Twilight Council down. Could we see Dark Templars, or is he going to go for the famed Blink play? We do have another drop going down right now, as well as a push in the front of the base here. Vikings going over, doing some scouting. The Robo facility gets taken out from this drop, and it looks like these Marines and Marauders will solo fire and take out a lot of those forces here, continuing to do a lot of damage. Oh my god, another force going into the front of the base. It is a 2-pronged attack here from Sunny B, as Sunny B is going to be able to take down these Zealots, or take down these Colossus, take down those Stalkers. These Vikings will close up this these Colossus play, and man, great play so far by Sunny B. I think there is no absolute way that CASL can take the win here, man. It is looking very, very bad for him.
Yeah, we can see if we look at the bases of Sunny B, he's really saturated. He got a lot of stuff going on, trying to get more units and more tech out. So there we see the GG by CASL. He could not keep this pressure off his back, and losing that 3rd expansion, as we talked about, was really the crucial monument.
Oh,
if he would have kept that, probably he couldn't get into the game. but once that was over, it was practically everything was over.
And he was just so far behind. There were upgrades out for Sonny B. There were no upgrades out for Kaz, and you know, Kaz was just kind of behind that whole game. So maybe next time he joins the CASL, he will be able to do something awesome. So with that being said, we go ahead and try to get into our next game. Let's go ahead and get some music on for you. Mirrored Theory, to bring some more pleasure to your eardrums here. Getting these feelers out here, trying to get some games for you guys. If you want to know my character code, it is 628. MCDef 628. And looks like Spanishiwa has pushed forward, taking out King Dime. Spanishiwa seems to be playing pretty strong, and I'm very glad to be seeing Spanishiwa play. It's nice.
Yeah, we actually had some pre-talk with Toxic before his game, and he was really destroyed by the news that he was going to play Spanishiwa.
I'll bet.
But I think he handled the first part of the game pretty well. He did some nice micro with those links early, but once Spanishi got those roaches out, he's really going to show what he goes for, and sort of going to go in there and just own that game.
And we will have an invite coming out. It will be we will be kind of following the Sonny B, DG Sonny B, as he fights Dark Scream. That one is out right now. We will try to get another one if it comes sooner. But if not, then we will just get into that one.
Nice. Oh, and you changed the hat. I didn't notice.
Yes, I did. This is the Canadian sport or StarCraft League, so I figured might as well get a hat that's a little more Canadian.
Then I should feel right at home, because I'm from Sweden, so we get really cold weather here, so it's up well.
Well, alright, and I'm going to go ahead and bring out a suggestion here. I'm not sure if you know about this one. HB Macro said he founded the CASL, and he'd like to follow us in, so...
Sounds good, man.
Let me get this link
once
up.
Again, we're waiting for Sonny B.
And yes, Sonny B did say he'd be AFK for a couple of minutes, so we may have a little bit of downtime here as we get into this. No big deal. It shouldn't be that big of a problem. I'm glad you guys are all joining us here and checking it out. Please let everybody know we are live, as this is prelim and is not on the main calendar for Team Liquid.
See if I can get us on the front page of Seek, otherwise see what we can do.
So ZVT